Hello again, this is Aaron Smith, and I'm undefeated. We're gonna do this live here, and we're gonna upload it and record it on the YouTube. I do not know what's going on with these streaming platforms. I, quite frankly, am annoyed by them. Maybe it's me, maybe it's something I'm doing wrong, I don't know. However, we just gonna try this and just as long as we can, wherever I can. I took a week off and I'm okay now. Sometimes you need to reset, sometimes you need to just do what you gotta do to, chill out and refocus and just, do what you gotta do for yourself. So I'm glad I got a chance to do that. And so I didn't take that long off, like I say about a week, a little over a week. This Sunday I posted that, then the day, Monday, I said I was gonna come back. So today is Tuesday, here I am. You have to excuse me, all the days are the same to me. Especially when you're in the house most of the time and taking care of the family most of the time. We'd go out and, for walks and events and stuff like that, but we're mostly in the house. So, and my wife works during the weekend, so Les is going to the store and back on those days and going out. Been quite the change in weather too. It is the season. It is the fall. So we expect a drop soon. I know that it's going to be, quite chilly this middle of the week, to this today, Tuesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the weekend's supposed to pop back up in the 70s, so that should be fun. So like I said, I was trying to do this live on one of these platforms, streaming joints, and I don't know if it's my computer, I don't know if it's my microphone, my headphones, but I done tried all of them joints and they seem to be working fine. So someone somewhere ain't trying to hear what I have to say. So, but that's no here or there. I'm just talking out the side of my neck. However, I was talking about the election. We got about 3 weeks to go. Today is the 14th, 15th. Told you, my days are ugh. But anyway, so that's what, yeah, like 3 weeks. So, Trump, Kamala, like I was saying, and for those that didn't see it, obviously you couldn't because, I had to delete it. But anyway, I was saying that it's either more of the same or what we got before, and I like to break it down to just 3 things. You have a man. I actually made a joke about it. I said you got a guy who basically is trying to get his job back so he don't go to jail. Then you have a lady who basically is waiting for her boss to retire so she can take his spot. And I thought that was kind of funny. You know, it came out differently. I thought at the time it was hilarious, you know, so, but that's what I see it as. I'm still on the fence when it comes to that. I believe that people may see that as an excuse to not be bothered with voting or like that, but I do believe that there's a lot of biblical applications into this. Not applications, if you will, but you know, this is just coming straight out of the book. I believe the last 4 years that we have dealt with a lot of things. COVID, natural disasters, a lot of tragedy, a lot of sad events around the world, and implications, I should say. And, you know, whether you believe or not, you know, that's what I believe, and that is my perspective on it. And before we go any further, like I've said in the previous shows, that I will never interject with anybody's free will. However, that doesn't mean I won't pray for you. That doesn't mean I'm not going to treat you differently. That doesn't mean I'm going to be one of these hypocritical Christians that's going to be telling you to go to hell. That's not my place. So, as far as I'm concerned, I believe that it is, we're towards the end of a lot of things, and it's just trying to get right. So, but that's a discussion for another show, and we're going to stick to the election. And give me a minute. So we're going to focus on that, and I get it from both sides. Let me bring in Miss Roman. I see she's on. Let's try that. Let's see.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
No, I heard you talking about the election.
All right. So the floor is yours today.
It's a spicy subject. Ooh,
It is. It is. We have 3 weeks to go, like I said. So you even make a
yeah,
decision if you don't.
nah, it's true. Like right now, I don't know. Listen, from 2016 to now, it has been a rough 8 years. I'm not gonna lie to you. And oof, it's it's like The Simpsons and their predictions. It's kind of scary how true it's becoming.
Yeah, The Simpsons is definitely like eerie and very like spot on.
Exactly.
Um, they've changed a few things. Certain
Hmm.
things didn't happen, but they were pretty close with a lot of things back.
Exactly.
You
And
know,
I think
so
they
but
did it like that on purpose, to be honest with you. Like
always
the
everything is
the,
done on
the
purpose. You
brush
know that.
it's like brushing like here's a stupid a metaphor. It's like brushing the hair. It's like, okay, the person's calm. Ah, there's a knot. Okay, hair's coming out. That's it. When now you're bald. Or you've lost that whole chunk of hair. So
What
like,
episode was that?
huh?
What episode was that?
No, I'm just saying the analogy of the accuracy of how they do things. It's like
Oh, okay.
I could give you the little bit of reality, but then I gotta add a little bit of fiction. So that's how kind of it works.
Yeah. I
Surprisingly.
mean, I get you. I mean, that's it's to the point where people are desensitized for the
Yeah,
fact to see what's real and what's not. I mean,
exactly.
we both live in New York City. We know what's up. I mean, not to mention that, riding the trains and the buses and seeing that on a regular basis. I haven't done that in about a week or so, but I see the videos and I'm like they
Yeah,
just let these people on and they just have these conniption fits and want to bother other people and just want to go and do like this goofy shit. And I'm like, you
yeah.
gonna come here and tell this person to get off the bus and walk or like, ridiculous.
It's a little scary right now.
It
Like,
is. It
I'm
is.
gonna be 100. Like when I ride the train or the buses, I'm still kind of like, yeah. I kind of keep to myself and just make sure I'm not in anybody's way. And if a train or two gotta pass and I'm gonna be late, well, so be it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's the problem that everybody deals with. And it's to the point where like I'm
hmm
annoyed. Like you can't have a regular day. You can't go about your business without some asshole. Um, Pardon my language. Basically messing it up for everyone. And this is
Yeah.
before like it started a couple years ago after COVID. That's when they let everybody out of the
Oh
house. They didn't
my
know what to do with
goodness.
themselves. They didn't know what to do with themselves. And a
Yeah.
lot of people lost their homes because of COVID because a lot of people couldn't stay where they were at. And that's, I think, was part of the problem too.
Yeah,
But
and then that whole thing with the victim moratorium, the giving people extensions and stuff like that, and they still couldn't keep up,
was part,
even with the extension.
I was part of that.
Yeah.
So
Oof. No, but
I spent, yeah.
I'm gonna be
Mhm.
honest with you, going to work, for example, I had 6 months off. I am
Mhm.
grateful to my job that they still kept me.
Mhm.
And when they started to clean house at my job, I was like, oof. Because previously, the job I had before this one, they did that, but the thing is, I was on the chopping block because I was one of the like last people hired. So they were like, "Well, we're only going to keep people that are 5 years plus."
Mhm.
I said, "Well, I was only here for two,
Mhm.
and plus I was
Mhm.
part time any old who." So
Mhm.
this time around, it was different because I was full time, and at
Mhm.
that juncture, when COVID came, I was at the job already 7 years. But then there
Mhm.
was people that were under me. It was 120 something. I don't want to give a specific number because people who've been at this institution know. So it was 122 people that were let go,
Mhm.
and then that's just one department. Then the other department was like 20. Then another department was like 15. So in total, you figure it was like it was like 100. It was 37. It was like almost damn near 200 people.
Mhm.
And for my department alone, guess how many people came back once they started to enforce that whole vax and all this other stuff?
I'm guessing less than half.
You figure out of 122, only 72 came back.
Oh, okay, so that's a little more than half. Okay, gotcha. It's about, yeah, a little more than half.
Yeah. So, but then again, once everything, and then as the years have transpired after that, there's been so many retirements. There's been people who are like, oh, it's just not the same. Why am I still here? Ba, ba, ba. I already got my time. But these are people that have been there. Like, the beauty of my job is that people have the comfort of knowing that there's some consistency.
Right.
So circling back to like, the election and stuff like that. Um, yeah, there was the stimulus check. Yeah, that helped. But then for the same token, the little bit of help that you got, it was like he cut off, the family tax credit. He cut
Mm,
into that. There was a cut
mhm.
into like, the child care tax credit too and stuff like that. And, there was, listen, when I did taxes under 45's administration, my taxes were abysmal. I,
I
what
bet.
I whatever I got back, I was like, okay, this is hurtful,
Mhm,
And then everybody's like, oh yeah, and I'm sorry, but in terms of him as a person,
mhm.
when he speaks, oh my God, it's like nails on the chalkboard to me.
It's
And
yeah, yeah.
like
I can see that. I
like when he talks, it just irritates my soul.
Well, some people like him. I don't know what to tell you. Some people are really into that dude.
God bless him, It's America. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm sorry to say the
Absolutely.
following, but like they say, opinions are like an asshole. Everybody has one.
And they stink.
And they stink, and they got to be cleaned ever so often.
Yeah. I take the political out of it and I look at him as a person and I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy shouldn't be running a gas station. Like, this is like,
Let alone,
let
yeah,
alone
like,
the country, I mean, it's like talking to a 78-year-old trapped in a 7-year-old trapped in a 78-year-old body.
I know. And it's just like
And
anytime he talks, again, it just irritates me. I have no confidence in what he says. I
because
do not take his
he's just
word.
going he's just taking he's going as he comes and I'm like I can't do it. That on the flip side of that,
Hmm.
this old girl she don't do it for me either, and it's like he just
Exactly. And
answers the
then,
question with a question. I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to do things, hon. Like
yeah, and then like with her, it's like, okay. It's like I understand you're a prosecutor, lawyer for many years, and then you decided to run, and it's just like, but then she has her moments that you're just like, okay, I get it. You down to earth. You are a real person. Understood. Again, the last 6 years in terms of politics have been very, very, very unkind. I'm sorry. We have not had hope in anything since from 2016 till now. I'm sorry. It's been a very, very. It's like the movie A Clockwork Orange. That the guy, they force him to like watch stuff, and they force his eyes open, and they're putting like drops of like whatever to keep his eyes open, and he's like, that's what it feels like
I
currently
never
to be
saw
him.
that movie, but I've heard of it,
Yes,
and
look it up. Look up the reference clip, and then you'll see. It's Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell, good actor. I'm gonna when I get some time to actually like do
Mhm.
that. I will
Yeah,
check
but
that movie out.
that movie is very telling because it highlights like mob mentality, which is
Hmm.
very like it's very frightening.
Hmm.
Um, there's a scene where a group of them dressed as they were dressed, they actually like rape a woman, which is kind of weird. And you're just like, okay, what does this have to do with anything? Yeah, but again, circling back to the election politics right now, it's like the soul of the country is at stake, and
It is.
nobody believes it that that's actually legitimately happening.
It is. It's basically like I said, in my opinion, that you're either gonna want more of the same, which is now. She's basically waiting for her old white boss to retire so she can take that seat. Or you're gonna basically go with the guy who's trying to stay out of jail so he can not go and get locked up. So that's what I pretty much see it with. I scratch away from all that stuff. I take away
Exactly.
all that
Like
crap.
that's what you see, and
I
like that's
literally
what's
take
being
all that.
presented.
I
It's
take all that.
scary.
I take all that crap away. I'm not talking political. I'm talking basically saying common sense. Who would you rather deal with for the next 4 years? So it's basically because first was it was Weekend at Bernie's, which is basically Biden. You remember
He said
that?
we can have Bernie's.
Great movie. Stupid concept. They should have been
Which
they
is
should have been locked.
hilarious. Like
They should have
I
been
was talking about
they
that.
should have
Like,
been in
how you
jail.
not
They should
know
have been in
someone
jail.
is dead?
They
Like,
should have
really? Seriously?
they should have been in jail. I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
Exactly. But it was the 80s. It was Jonathan Silverman. He could get away with it. It's like, no, you can't. No.
And
How you walking
they
around
had
with
the nerve to make a
somebody who's a
sequel.
corpse
They had the
during
nerve to
spring
make
break?
a part two. And part two was worse.
Ugh, Lord Jesus Christ.
So
Yeah, but so yeah, no, and it's just like that's what the media presentation is. It's just like, would you rather have red and angry and this face giving you the news of the world, the
you mean
news
American
of your country?
Psycho?
Exactly. Or would you rather have, hey, yeah, look at, yeah, girl. Like, what the heck?
That's pretty much how I see it. I made a joke about that months ago when it was just Biden and Trump. I said it's Weekend at Bernie's versus American Psycho.
Exactly.
Now
Now,
it's
mm,
American Psycho against. I don't know. I really who you compare Harris to? I mean, I don't. She kind of reminds me of Amanda Waller.
there you
She
go.
kind of reminds me of her.
This is
For
it.
those who don't know that DC Comics, look it up, Google it. I don't have time for that. But
Yeah, basically, Amanda Waller is part of. She's the person that recruits the Suicide Squad, just in case. Um,
and she wears
check out.
the same dress pants like Kamala has the beads. So I thought that reference there. I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah,
Yeah. So then also she was played by Viola Davis, great
yeah,
actress, by the way.
yeah, yeah,
She was
yeah.
in. They did the movie Suicide Squad